this video, I'm going to tell you all about the recent changes made by Government of New Zealand in work visa space. The changes came into effect on 7th of April. After that, on 26th of June, more changes came which were very harsh as far as my opinion is concerned. These changes are related to family visas for lower skilled workers. But before that, I want to thank all my subscribers, all of you people, for making my channel cross 10.5k subscribers. It really means a lot to me, and it really gives me more encouragement to make more informative videos for you. If you find my videos informative, I would request you to subscribe my channel so that whenever New Zealand Immigration announces a new policy or there is a change, you will get notification and you will come to know about the changes. I have come across many YouTube videos where people are giving you information. These people, I don't think they are licensed people, and most of them are giving you misleading and half-baked information, which can lead to you to believe something that is not a fact and can lead you to some scammers. So I would again request you that please do not fall for these guys. You can easily check whether a person who is dealing with you is a licensed immigration advisor or not. I have given a link below. Just click on that link, you enter the name of that person and you will find whether they are licensed or not. So it is very easy. Since this is a complex issue, you can always go back to whatever I have said by referring to the link which I have put in link 2 below. This will give you all the information which I am going to tell you in this video. I have also written a blog on this topic, for which if you want to go to, there is a link in description section which is called link 3. Coming back to the changes, these changes involve both the employees side and the employer's side. So I have classified this information into two parts. In the first section, I will take up the changes for employees, and in the second section, I will take up the changes which are related to employers. I will segregate the topics according to the timestamps. I will mention them in the description section so that you can go and jump over to whatever topic you are interested in. These will be for employees and for the employers. Before moving to the changes, I would like to talk briefly about ANZSCO. You must have heard this term, ANZSCO, ANZSCO. It basically means Australian and New Zealand Standard Classification of Occupations. What it actually means, in simple terms, they have classified all the occupations into 5 skill levels. Skill level 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5. So for higher skill levels, the doctors, the engineers come under skill level 1. For example, the retail managers, the service managers, these come under skill level 2. Plumbers, electricians and mechanics, these come under skill level 3. Similarly, for skill level 4, the examples can be accounts clerks, sales assistants, etc. And for skill level 5, the examples can be kitchen hands, cleaners or laborers. So the basic idea is to classify the occupation according to the skills, qualifications and experience required for doing a particular job. So when we talk about the changes right now, you will understand that New Zealand government is focusing more on skill levels, the higher skill levels rather than the lower skill levels. Now let's discuss what these changes mean. First, for the employees, I'll take up employees who are already having an accredited employer work visa now. They are holding a work visa in New Zealand. What these changes mean for them? There's only one change for these people. This change is related to the duration and stay limits for people with an accredited employer work visa. For skill level 4 and 5, now the maximum continuous stay they can have in New Zealand is only 3 years, and the maximum visa length which they will get on their visa will be 2 years. In simpler terms, if you are say a cleaner, so you will get a visa for only 2 years upfront. Firstly, you will get a visa for 2 years, then you can extend it for 1 more year, and then you have to go back to your country for at least 12 months. Then again you can apply. So this is a new change for skill level 4 and 5. I'm giving you another link 4 in the description section. There is a table in that link which will tell you, based on your skill levels, how long can you stay for one visa, what will be your maximum visa length, and what will be your maximum continuous stay. For people who already have a visa, there are 3 dates to remember. First one, on or after 7th of April 2024, just recent April. Second dates are between 21st June 2023 and 6th April 2024. This is one period. And the third date to remember is on or before 20th June 2023. I will tell you what will happen if you fall in any category, any period out of the 3, because depending on when you applied for your visa, your maximum continuous stay and your maximum visa length will be based on these dates. In a nutshell, how long you can stay depends on 3 factors. Number 1, how much you are paid. Number 2, the ANZSCO level of your job. And number 3, when you applied for your first AEWV. In other words, your maximum continuous stay may be less than 5 years if you are paid less than the February 2023 median wage, which for most occupations was $29.66 per hour, or your job is at ANZSCO 4 or 5. Link 5 below will give you an idea about what are your wage rate requirements if you are working in New Zealand. Now let's discuss about the changes for new applications. If you want to apply for a new work visa, then these are the changes which you should know. There are basically 3 changes. First change is new minimum skill requirement. Second change is minimum standard of English. And third change is shorter visa length and stay in New Zealand for some jobs. So let's come to the minimum skill requirement. No matter which job you are applying for, skill level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever the ANZSCO code is, you must have these now. Either you must have 3 years of relevant work experience, and if you don't have 3 years work experience, then you must have a level 4 or a higher qualification on New Zealand qualifications framework, not on your country's benchmarks. If, for example, if you have a diploma from India and you are applying for a manager's job here, a service manager's job, so you must have that diploma assessed by NZQA in New Zealand before applying. If you have a bachelor's degree, then there is no need to get it assessed by NZQA because immigration says that unless they have any doubt about the credibility of this qualification, they do not need an NZQA assessment of that. So these 2 requirements, that is 3 years experience and a minimum level 4 qualifications, you must have before applying for any job in New Zealand now. What is additional for skill level 4 and 5? For skill level 4 and 5, you must also meet the English language requirements now, which is IELTS overall score of 4, at least 4 or equivalent score. And the third one, as I've told you, shorter visa length for skill level 4 and 5 occupations. The maximum visa length for these occupations will be 2 years. You can apply for another 1 year with a new job check, and after 3 years you have to go back for at least 12 months before applying for a new visa for New Zealand. There are some skill level 4 and 5 jobs which will not be affected by these changes. These include the jobs on the green list, the jobs in transport and care sector agreements and on a pathway to residence. And number 3, the jobs which earn 1.5 times the median wage. The maximum continuous stay and the maximum visa length for skill level 1, 2 and 3 will remain 5 years as it was before. To summarize all this information, just remember these 3 dates. First, on and after 7th of April. So after 7th of April, if you have a skill level 1, 2 or 3 job, then you can stay up to 5 years in New Zealand, but you should be paid at least February 2023 median wage, that was $29.66 per hour. If you have applied after 7th of April and your job is skill level 4 and 5, then your maximum visa length is 2 years, your maximum continuous stay is 3 years. After 3 years, you have to go back and get a gap of 12 months before applying again. If you applied between 21 June 2023 and 6th April 2024, during this period, if you applied for your accredited employer work visa, in that case, your maximum stay, your maximum visa length will be 5 years, regardless of the skill levels. And if you applied for your visa before 20 June 2023, then for skill level 1, skill level 2 and 3, maximum visa length and maximum continuous stay will be 5 years. Again, for skill levels 4 and 5, the maximum visa length will be 2 years and maximum continuous stay will be 3 years. On 26th June, just recently, government announced another drastic change. Now, if you are working in a skill level 4 and 5 job, then you will not be able to support your family. Your family will not be given a dependent child visa or a partnership visa for your spouse. This is a very big change. So it is very important to discuss about actual skill levels if you want to apply for a job. So there is a very thin line between some of occupations. So an expert's opinion is always advised. Now, some changes are also for employers. These changes, overall there are 7 changes. So basically, if you are an employer, you must check one of these following criteria if you want to hire a migrant worker. First criteria is, suppose a job is in the green list and the proposed worker also meets the requirements of the green list, then you can forget about other requirements, you can go ahead with the job check. Second, regardless of the skill levels, if you have a job that pays twice the median wage, then you can just go ahead with your job check application. Number 3rd is, if the migrant worker has 3 years or more of relevant experience required to do the job. And number 4, if they have a relevant qualification of level 4 or above required to do that job. If any one of these 4 requirements the migrant worker is meeting, then you can go ahead and offer them a job. Overall, there are 7 changes. Number 1, qualification and skill verification. Number 2, minimum employment hours. Number 3, accreditation changes. Number 4, suitable and available New Zealanders. Number 5, extra rules for ANZSCO level 4 and 5 jobs. Number 6, reporting obligations for employers. And number 7, the franchisee accreditation changing in the late 2024. So the first one, employers are now required to check that the migrant workers are meeting the new skill requirements before sending them a job token, which means, suppose I am hiring a migrant worker and the job requires 3 years of work experience. So it is my duty to take reasonable steps to check whether this employee has 3 years work experience or not. So that evidence I have to check. That can be a reference letter from his previous employers, his tax records, his pay slips, employment agreements, his job offers. All these things I need to check if I am an employer before giving the job token to the proposed worker. This is a very big responsibility. Now this responsibility is on the employers. Second responsibility is they must ensure that they are giving 30 hours a week, at least 30 hours a week to the migrant worker. If they are breaching this, then their accreditation can be revoked. This rule was earlier also, but the punishment was not that severe. Third point is accreditation changes. Previously, the employers were only suspended for breaches of some instructions or some requirements, but now even if the requirement is small or a very menial requirements, then also immigration has the authority to suspend an employer's accreditation. So the compliance part is getting more strict. Number 4 is there is a new definition for suitable and available New Zealanders. Earlier, the employers were just required to give a declaration that no suitable or available New Zealander could be found after they advertised. The new definition says that if the New Zealander is suitably qualified to do the job and they are available to do the job, you cannot decline their application. You must hire them. Employers will be required to declare that nobody who applied for the job met the definition of suitable and available New Zealander. So this is a new change from the previous policy. Again, I would request all the employers to seek professional assistance when you are dealing with job check applications and labor market tests especially, because a small mistake can lead to a job check decline. Now the fifth change is extra rules for ANZSCO level 4 and 5 jobs. For example, if an employer is requiring a skill level 4 or 5 worker, then they must now advertise for 21 days instead of 14 days previously, and in addition to that they must also engage with Work and Income Department. Work and Income Department will check whether there are any suitable New Zealanders for the job. They will give you a report. In addition to that, you will have to advertise the job for 21 days and make a chart of all the applicants from where they belong. Are they New Zealanders or are they New Zealand citizens, residents, or are they on a visa? So all these things now an employer is required to prepare before making a job check application. Change number 6 is that if a worker leaves a job, if you are an employer and your worker, a migrant worker, leaves a job before 1 month of their visa expiry date, then you must inform immigration that this person has left the job, and you get only 10 days to inform immigration. Within 10 days of the employee leaving the job, you must inform immigration. This is again a new obligation to be complied with by the employers. And number 7 is that the franchisee accreditation policy is going to be discontinued from later in this year, 2024. I will again request all of you to consult an expert, consult a professional before taking any step in the job check, accreditation renewal, or applying for an accredited employer work visa, because policies have become more complex. Each case is different and each case should be dealt with differently. So in that aspect, a professional's assistance is always advised. If you need any kind of help from our side, we will be happy to help you. My contact details are mentioned in the description. You can always contact me through WhatsApp, email, or my website. I'll be more than happy to help you. Have a great day. God bless. Bye-bye.